guess what? I can see ghosts. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. I'm glad to see y'all again. Today I'm going to talk about The Frighteners. Came out back in 1996, was directed by Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson, and stars Michael J. Fox and Trini Alvarado. And it tells the story of a man named Frank Bannister who has the ability to talk to ghosts. Meanwhile, a series of mysterious deaths occur from a demonic spirit, and Frank may be the only one to stop it. Let's get right into the positives. The story was pretty solid. It was eerie. It was just about this man who has the ability to talk to ghosts. But there's a good reason for that. This won't give away any of the movie, but he has like some sort of tragic accident that happens in his life that makes him see ghosts, that makes him be able to see all these things. It's kind of tragic, really. I won't go into detail, but the story was really good for that. Plus, he's got this side business because of this, where he's like an investigative paranormal researcher. But like everybody thinks he's a fraud, of course. If somebody walks up to you in the streets and they tell you that they talk to ghosts, you're going to be thinking the same thing. So that's basically what he deals with. Speaking of, Michael J. Fox played Frank Bannister pretty good. I like him as an actor, and it's a shame what he's going through now with his Parkinson's disease. It saddens me, really, because I hadn't seen these in a long time, and I need to get caught up on them again. But I remember liking him in Back to the Future. And he was also in Mars Attacks, and he was good in that as well. From like the 80s to the late 90s. He was a big thing. And all I gotta say is my prayers go out to him and his family. I mean, it's a shame. But he played this character in this movie, Frank Bannister. He played it pretty well. Very emotional. Like a very tragic story this man went through. Lucy Linsky, played by Alvarado, she played a pretty well part too. She played like sort of the love interest that Frank catches later on. She gets dragged into all this other mess that goes on. When they get to the love story portion of a movie, I always think it's kind of cheesy because I'm not really down with stuff like that, but it's got to be written right. I thought it was pretty well, decently wrote in this film. And her character showed plenty of emotion as well. Let's talk about the ghosts. There was 3 ghosts that Frank Bannister worked with in this film for his side business. One was this nerdy type. His name was Stu. He was okay. He was decent. Another was this really pissed off African-American ghost that apparently died back in the 70s. Because you could tell he wore the attire. His name was Cyrus. And he was pretty decent. He cracked me up sometimes because he had that really pissed off attitude about everything, just about. And third but not least, and I've got to say that this one's probably my favorite out of the 3, Judge. Judging by this ghost, you can tell that this person was from the old Western days. Now, first of all, the design of this ghost, of Judge, you don't see no stomach, but you can see a spine. And you can tell that he's been dead for a long, long time because he was rotting, his jawbone was dropping off, and there's even a ghost dog in this where the ghost dog was like chewing on Judge's ghost's jawbone, which was really hilarious. But Judge, he had a certain personality about him. It was just hilarious. I really did like him. And the design of them, I thought was pretty good. For the time that this movie came out, it was pretty decent. Now, granted, if they were to make this movie now to reboot it, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do, and I'm surprised they hadn't already, it would be really different. But I like the outlines that they gave the ghosts in this. It gave it more of that ghostly vibe. If you were to film something like that now, how they used to film in this movie, everybody would say it's cheesy. And I would have to agree because technology has really advanced since the 90s. Now, the score of this film was done by Danny Elfman, And he's done such films as Avengers Age of Ultron, the first two Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man directed films, and Oz the Great and Powerful, and some others too. His score was pretty good. It was eerie. I can't explain it any other way. It had a ghostly vibe to it. Because the way he did the score, especially when it started, you knew what kind of movie you were watching. It was a ghost movie, but in a campy sort of way. And I thought he did a really good job on the score. Very talented. Peter Jackson's direction was good. Of course, this was before he went and done the Lord of the Rings trilogies. And of course, the Hobbit trilogies. So I thought he did a really good job in this movie. The cinematography and lighting was good. It was lit up just perfect. Now, in the mixed column, I've got to say The Reaper, the main villain of this film. Though he looked badass like the first few times he showed up, there was some parts in it that kind of made me cringe a little bit because the design of it. Now, again, I get it. This movie came out in the mid-90s. This is before the technology in Hollywood has advanced. So I get it. But still, I can't ignore it. It looked all over the place. The design of the Reaper. And it just looked a little cheesy, and the more it would flop around in the action scenes, it wouldn't do that much for me. But when he would first show up, oh yeah. It was like, to me, the perfect interpretation of what the Reaper is. With the long hood and you don't see his face at all. I really did like that design. But it's just other scenes, it just got too out of hand. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Like I said, if they'd have made the movie like maybe 10 years later, probably would have been a little bit of improvement. But again, I know technology wasn't advanced then. They worked with what they had. And the negative, this was kind of a disappointment for me because I really liked this actor. Agent Milton Dammers, who was played by Jeffrey Combs, who played in the House on Haunted Hill films. And also, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I really did like this actor, but the part they played him in this, it was cringeworthy. I couldn't stand that character. He's a former undercover agent that would deal with these cultists, and apparently it messed up his mind so much that he goes mental. For some reason, like they still pick him to do jobs when other people would probably see him in a mental institution. That's how this character was played out. It was not fun watching that character at all. Some of the parts where he did was just so annoying, I had to kind of turn my head. Such a wasted talent, and I hate saying that about any actor. It's just the type of character he was assigned to. I wish they would have picked him as anybody else. Any of the other ghosts or whatever would have been fine with me. But no, they chose to pick him as this weird, awkward, annoying character. It was very, very disappointing for me because, like I said, I really do like that actor. On final thoughts, it is a fun ride. If you're into horror/comedy and campiness, because that's what this movie was. Actually, it had a lot of campiness in it. This is definitely the movie for you. If you don't want to take anything seriously, then you should watch this movie because it does have horror elements. It knows when to be scary, but it also knows when to be campy and funny. That in mind, I'm giving Frighteners an A-. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and get reputized, and share with your friends. What did you think of the Frighteners? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Leave me that comment down below and tell me your thoughts. And remember, like this video. Hit that like button. It helps this channel and it helps my videos. Stay tuned for more videos and reviews coming soon to a computer screen or a cell phone near you. Peace! The Rep out.